Now we will use the standard hydrochloric acid solution to standardize sodium hydroxide with previously standardized hydrochloric acid, because already in our previous experiment we have determined the concentration of hydrochloric acid. So when we want to standardize sodium hydroxide, we have to use the hydrochloric acid previously standardized. Therefore we are using the previously standardized hydrochloric acid to determine the concentration of sodium hydroxide. And sodium hydroxide also is not a primary standard substance. Therefore we always need to determine the concentration of sodium hydroxide to know the accurate concentration for any reaction. Now what is the reaction between sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid? Here you can see the chemical reaction. 1 mole of hydrochloric acid reacts with 1 mole of sodium hydroxide to form sodium chloride and water. Therefore 1 mole of HCl reacts with 1 mole of 1 mole of sodium hydroxide. So the number of moles are equivalent. So if you have the concentration, if you know the concentration of hydrochloric acid, then reacting with sodium hydroxide you can estimate the concentration of sodium hydroxide. For this we need to have the chemicals already mentioned. Most of the chemicals and apparatus are very similar in the previous experiment and also in the last experiment what we have mentioned. Just you need to have the hydrochloric acid, already we have known the concentration, and sodium hydroxide what we want to know the concentration. You may have these types of solution or you may have these types of solid, so that you can prepare your solution by yourself. So we can have these types of solution. So you want to know the concentration of this sodium hydroxide using our hydrochloric acid and phenolphthalein indicator. In last class we have mentioned that we are using the phenolphthalein indicator, and this is colorless in the low acidic condition. That means if the pH of the phenolphthalein is 4 to 7, then it is colorless, and if the pH of the indicator, phenolphthalein indicator, is more than 7, that means around 8 to 10, then it is pink. Therefore we can have these types of indicator to observe the color change, because we are doing the experiment or we are doing the titration one base against one acid. Therefore all the chemicals what we are using here, this is very similar. Therefore we are using same experiment. So similar experiment, not same, similar experiment. So we are now, what are the methods or what are the steps? Fill a burette with the dilute sodium hydroxide solution prepared above. So we have mentioned that phenolphthalein indicator in acidic condition, this is colorless, and in pink, so that means in basic condition this is pink. So we have to take the sodium hydroxide in the burette, so that when we will add sodium hydroxide drop by drop, that means the amount of sodium hydroxide will increase the pH value. So when the value of the pH of solution is above 7, we will get the pink solution, or color of the solution will be pink. Therefore now first we have to take the sodium hydroxide solution in the burette, record the initial burette reading, exactly similar in the previous experiment. Just take the sodium hydroxide in the burette and then read the initial reading. Similarly you have to rinse the burette, because previously you have added hydrochloric acid in the burette. Now you want to use sodium hydroxide. So when you change the chemicals in the burettes, first you have to use distilled water to wash it out, wash the burette, then rinse the burette with the solution what you want to add into the burette. So for any chemicals, if you want to use one apparatus like as conical flask, volumetric flask, or beaker, or anything, or even pipette, burette, any types of apparatus you have to use, and already you have used some other chemicals, so always you need to follow this method. Wash your apparatus with distilled water, then rinse several times with the solution what you want to add into the apparatus. Therefore always follow this method. Now pipette 10 ml of the previously standard hydrochloric acid into 250 ml of conical flask. Now already you have taken the sodium hydroxide solution in the burette, and then add 10 ml of hydrochloric acid into the 250 ml conical flask. Just add 10 ml of hydrochloric acid, already what we have standard, that means already know the concentration of hydrochloric acid. So just take 10 ml of hydrochloric acid into the conical flask, add 2-3 drops of phenolphthalein indicator. So when you add phenolphthalein indicator few drops, then it will have no change, because it will have no change in the color, because we have mentioned when we are adding phenolphthalein to the acidic solution, in acidic solution the phenolphthalein will have no color. Already I have shown here. In this solution the pH of the solution is 4 to 7, that means this is acidic, therefore it is colorless. Now you have added phenolphthalein indicator, so there is no color, and then titrate the HCl with sodium hydroxide from the burette. This is similar to the experiment what we have mentioned in the last class. That means we have used oxalic acid instead of hydrochloric acid. Today we are using hydrochloric acid, and previously we have used oxalic acid. So we are using same indicator, so we will say we will find the similar color change. So the titrate the hydrochloric acid in the sodium with the sodium hydroxide from the burette slowly while shaking the flask until the indicator color changes from colorless to pink. So add drop wise, drop by drop, the add sodium hydroxide from the burette and shake the conical flask very well, so you can check the color change. At a certain point you will see color is coming and disappearing. So shake very well so that the color is consistent at least 10 seconds. With this time, if the color disappear, then this is not the end point. So make sure the solution is shaked very well so that it is distributed everywhere. Titrate the HCl in the sodium with sodium hydroxide from the burette slowly while shaking the flask until the indicator color changes from colorless to pink. Now when you find the color pink color, just stop the addition of sodium hydroxide and read the reading of the burette and record the reading. So initial reading you have found, initially you have taken the reading, finally you have found another reading. So you have to get the difference between the initial and final reading so that you can get the information what is the volume of the sodium hydroxide you have added from the burette. Now let's see how the experiment is doing here. This is rinsing and this is taking the hydrochloric acid using the pipette, 10 ml pipette. So this is taking hydrochloric acid and taking into the conical flask. Into the conical flask, here this is adding along the side of the conical flask, because just then he will add some more water. Here you will see just adding the hydrochloric acid along the side of the conical flask and then add distilled water. Now adding the phenolphthalein indicator inside the conical flask. Now rinse the side of the wall of the conical flask so that no chemicals are inside. Already started the addition of already we have found here, before addition of the uh, sodium hydroxide, you must need to observe the initial reading of the burette. So record the reading of the burette and then start to add the sodium hydroxide to the conical flask. So drop by drop add and is check the conical flask very well. After addition of one drop, the color has been changed for a certain region. In last class already I have mentioned, when the concentration of certain region is very high, in that region the color changes to pink, but it disappear when you are shaking. That means when the concentration of everywhere is changed or is low, in that case you are not getting the consistent pink color. But after addition a specific amount or required amount of volume, you will get, sorry, so addition here, conical flask, sodium hydroxide addition, and then yes, this is the end color. End point, just stop the burette and do not add any more sodium hydroxide. So just read the volume of the burette or reading of the burette. From this reading, from the difference between the initial reading and final reading, you will find the volume of sodium hydroxide you have added, and repeat the experiment 3 times, at least 3 times, to get the average of the reading or average of the specific reading. So just number of experiment, how many experiment you are performing, and volume of hydrochloric acid. Always we have taken 10 ml of hydrochloric acid in the conical flask, and this is the burette reading, initial burette reading, final burette reading, and difference. Every time you need to read the initial burette reading, final burette reading, and get the difference to get the information how much volume of the sodium hydroxide you have added. So get the average of the sodium hydroxide in the solution, how much volume you have needed or you have added from the burette. So just from here, from the difference, average of this difference, we are getting 10.1. Now how we can calculate what is the concentration of sodium hydroxide? So from the experimental equation, the balanced equation, we have find that 1 mole of hydrochloric acid reacts with 1 mole of sodium hydroxide. Therefore, number of moles of hydrochloric acid in 10 ml, we already know the concentration of hydrochloric acid is 0.099 molar, because in previous experiment we have estimated the number of moles, we have estimated the number of moles, and then we have estimated the concentration of hydrochloric acid in the diluted solution. This is 0.099 mole or molarity. And then what is the number of moles in 10 ml of 0.099 mole of hydrochloric acid? This is 0.01 liter, that means 10 milliliter. 10 milliliter equivalence to or equal to 0.01 liter, and 0.099 molar, that means equal to 9.9 Newton 10 to the power minus 4 moles. Then from balanced chemical equation, it is found that 1 mole of hydrochloric acid reacts with 1 mole of sodium hydroxide. So here how much moles or how many moles of sodium hydrochloric acid you have found in the 10 ml, that will be exactly equal into the 10.1 ml of sodium hydroxide what we have added from the burette. So the number of moles of hydrochloric acid in 10 ml equal to the number of moles of sodium hydroxide in 10.1 ml. So this is the number of moles of sodium hydroxide in 10.1 ml. Therefore the concentration, exactly same equation what we have used in the previous calculation. the concentration of 10.1 milliliter of sodium hydroxide equal number of moles divided by the volume in liter. So number of moles equal 9.99 into 10 to the power minus 4 moles, what we have found here, and divided by the volume in liter, 10.1 milliliter divided by 1000 equal 0.098 molar. So initially we have targeted to prepare a solution of 0.1 molar sodium hydroxide, but actually we have found 0.098 molar. That means which is very close to 0.1 molar. Therefore we have found the concentration has been changed a little bit, however not very large amount. Therefore this is the end of my today's class. If you have any question or comments regarding these two titration methods, then you are welcome to ask.